Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Sunshine's Corner. Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm so glad that you're here with us today because this morning, get this, we're going to be talking about something that touches more lives than many of us realize. We're talking about families that are experiencing homelessness right here in our community. Today, there are so many mothers, there's so many fathers, there's children, there's grandparents who, people doing their best, facing unexpected challenges. And at Sunshine's Corner, what we do, we believe that conversation can open doors. We believe that compassion can change outcomes, and believe that when we come together, we understand the intention, and hope becomes possible. So today is about listening, it's about learning, and discovering how we can support real solutions that help families to move from the crisis to stability. So take a moment, get yourself a cup of coffee, lean in, stay with us because this conversation matters. I'm Sonshine, your host, and you are into Sunshine's Corner. And today I have a very special guest returning with me. It's been a year ago, over a year really, that Martika Baker from Opening Doors that have come in to talk with us about things that are affecting our community. Let me tell you, Martika, thank you, number one, for getting up to be with me today to share such valuable information for the community. And the work that you do on a regular basis. As we were talking every day, we learn something, we have to try something new to make it even better. I can't say thank you enough for what you do for our community. Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to serve, and so I'm here to speak with our community and help educate them about homelessness and how they can step up and help us to make a change in our local community. I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for having me.
Oh, but of course, girl, but of course. You know what, she has this soft voice, and I mean, like when I called, she said, yes. I'm like, Martika? No, but I say that because you know what, Martika, I have learned a lot since the last time that we talked about homelessness. I have learned a lot from other entities that are working that I did not realize the number of people, children, affected with homelessness. I mean, I did not realize that when I found out the number, especially with young teenagers that are living on the streets.
Yes, it's very sad.
It breaks my heart, and the number is so huge.
It is. In the school districts in our local community at Escambia and Santa Rosa County, they do great work in trying to count and identify at the beginning of the school year the number of homeless students. And they share these reports with the federal government. It's a mandate that they have to do. And we are reaching out to them to get that data as well to understand truly the number of homeless students that are experiencing homelessness. And homelessness for homeless students looks a little different. It's not always living literally on the streets. Sometimes it's staying in a hotel room or doubled up with family members or friends, and you may have like 10 family members or 10 friends staying all together in one home. That is usually more equipped to only handle maybe 5 people. And so homelessness when it comes to children looks a little bit different.
When you say, I think when you say you think about children, and that hits me so hard because they are still trying to go to school. And what is the number one thing that you find out that get them in a spot like that?
Pretty much eviction. With living in a low-income environment, already in poverty, struggling to find childcare, stable transportation, staying up on medical appointments, being able to have enough hours, the parents having enough hours at work dedicated to them.
Oh my goodness.
And then if they have more than maybe 2 or 3 children, that's exacerbated. And so it's all of those crises all together, all of those factors. So it's really important when we're working with homeless families and children and individuals, we are literally looking at social determinants of health to say, hey, what are we addressing to help build the individual and the family up to reach stability and self-sufficiency? And so we're looking at those factors, the education, the workforce, the health care, So we're trying to address all of those needs so that we can make the person whole again or get them to where they're more comfortable.
Really? Okay, you know, when you said that when they're in school trying to get the educators to be able to recognize, what's the difference? I mean, with a child who's really trying to cover it up, I don't want my friends over here to know really what's going on with me. What are the things that we look for? I mean, if I'm walking down the street and I see young people, I may go, hey, what's up? And all, but that person could be there for a reason that I have no earthly idea about. What are some of the things that we look for that we can tell?
Absenteeism is the number one thing that they look for.
Really?
That's usually the first sign that they're looking at. They do a great job at, assessing for it. They send documentation home and they ask the parents to just divulge if they're having a crisis. And they have like a year-round process where if a parent is going through a hardship, they can reach out to the local guidance counselor or the director of federal programs at the school district to basically report and say, hey, we're having this crisis, and the school district surrounds them with a lot of care and reaches out to the other community partners to help stabilize the family.
Oh, wow.
So if it's missing, hey, they're homeless and they need shelter, then they connect with the local shelters. If they need supportive services such as IDs, birth certificates, child care vouchers, then they're able to reach out to those community partners to help get those needs met.
When I hear you say that it's coming down with the families, where sometimes with the monies, of course, that's a number one factor, because how things are now, it's getting worse. I mean, I'm being real, it's getting worse with how the economy is, even for people who are working.
Correct. Cost of food has gone up severely, so your property taxes, so even homeowners are starting to feel it.
Oh God, yes they are.
And so pretty much the number one factor that leads to ongoing chronic homelessness, where a person will be homeless a long time without ever going back into stable housing, is usually the lack of affordable housing and housing of different types within a community. So we shouldn't just be focusing on development of single family homes. It also needs to be looking at, hey, do we need to establish apartment complex, multi-family homes, duplexes, fourplexes, tiny homes? There has to be multiple housing solutions within a community, and we have to kind of help break down those biases that maybe people who have been housed their entire lives or have been housed, long term, may have those misconceived notions about people who are experiencing homelessness.
Wow.
That type of thing has to be broken down, because some communities suffer from something that's called not in my backyard, or NIMBYism. And sometimes,
oh, that's the acronym.
Yes, ma'am.
NIMBYism?
NIMBY. So NIMBY is not in my backyard, and it's pretty much saying, well, we don't want to let apartment complexes or housing types or shelters or things of that nature to be built near where my house is, because we're going to, invite the homeless in, or we're going to invite people who are maybe experiencing mental health crisis or substance abuse crisis in.
Do they fight that really?
There are some people who have those misconceived notions, and sometimes helping them get out into the community and kind of seeing and getting involved in shaking hands and providing care to people who are experiencing homelessness. They learn the stories behind the people. They learn about, the man that owned the business and then had a bankruptcy and things just fell apart. You learn about the wife who was the homemaker and raised their children, and then the husband passed away, and so she had a nervous breakdown, and now because she didn't know how to handle her by herself. Right. You see the single mom or single father who lost their spouse, to a medical crisis, and so their spouse passed away, and so that caused, an issue. You see the wounded warrior.
Exactly. I mean, I gotta say, ladies, gentlemen, whoever it may be, whoever that provider is, make sure you know how to provide. I mean, I'm just saying, because you never know what tomorrow holds.
Correct.
You may think that you and that person gonna do this here and do this, that, but maybe the other person not thinking that way.
Right.
And you understand what I'm saying? But I always have, my mother would always say, baby, always don't let the right hand know what the left hand doing.
Have a backup plan.
There you go, got that
So,
plan
all
backed
right.
up so you know what to do. And I just, all that is so.
So yeah, like sometimes we gotta have these clear conversations about, hey, how do we, if we have an issue that's happening in the community, and there's only so much the federal government can give us in
Come on now.
funds, and there's only so much that local donors and what the local community and local government can put in as well. So then us as neighbors, just the general public, how can we help? How can we come up in and be a part of the solution? One of those solutions is we're about to do right now in our community, and that's the point in time count. This is the point in time count, or PIT count.
PIT. Okay. I'm right. Keep talking. I'm listening.
Okay. So the PIT count is a annual survey period that we have to do. We have to do it one time on one day in the last 10 days of January. We're actually going to be doing it for January 27th through January 31st in our community. And so you're going to see community partners and just concerned citizens out in the community walking around with our shirts that say Point in Time Count 2026 at Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. We're going to be walking out and basically canvassing the area to speak with our individuals that are experiencing homelessness on the streets, and also at emergency shelters and transitional housing programs. And we're going out to basically get a survey from them to understand about them, about who they are, and about their needs. And doing this survey allows us to understand what programs do we need to develop, what services are missing in our community that is of such high need to the people that we've been able to survey. And so when we're trying to develop, a program, can this be fed with federal dollars? Do we need state dollars? Do we need local government dollars? Or do we need to reach out to private donors and foundations to see, can we get those needs met? Or do we just fundraise, right?
Do you do a lot of fundraising?
We're starting to.
Okay.
Our wonderful director of community impact, Ms. Serene Kike, is out there beating the streets and talking to different local businesses, and she's developing a toolkit of marketing projects for us to start doing that. So excited for her next 12 months, what she's going to be doing. So you're going to see a lot coming out. We are looking for point in time count volunteers.
Okay.
We were, last I checked, we were at 72 when I left yesterday from work. And so we need 28 more volunteers. The best way to sign up to be a volunteer, if you go to our website, which is openingdoorsnwfl.org, you'll see
it's on the screen right now, everybody. There it is.
You'll see a flyer on our website, on our homepage, and you just scan that QR code, and basically you just sign up to be a volunteer, and we'll place you either in outreach at an outreach location or at one of our brick and mortar sites, which are like a day resource center or a soup kitchen, where you can go and meet with the locals who are experiencing crisis and actually help survey them. And we, during this event, we do a care bag. And so we actually get to leave them with some goodies like hygiene items, food.
So you need volunteers
PPE,
to help with what now? To give me, everything.
To do surveying, to help us put the care bags together. We have a care bag stuffing party on the 16th at our office from 9 a.m.
That's
until
this weekend.
Yeah.
That's Friday.
January 16th. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay, so you see, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask this. Okay, when I know that things are out there, and you got the PIT count. I'm catching on. Okay, but you got that, and you're going to be out doing this. With the crises that are going on now, is it more difficult with the country?
Yes. People are a little fearful right now, and we're here as, those boots on the ground. We're here to help lift them up and bring them into the fold and say, hey, let's talk about how to get you off of the streets and get you into shelter and help you move through the homeless response network. So we can take you from streets to home and get you connected to those services that you need so greatly. If the person wants it. It is completely voluntary, but we do a lot of engagement to try to encourage them If someone's having like a severe crisis, then we do have to step in involved and get the right authorities in place. That's,
Oh, wow, she said authorities. I mean,
I shouldn't say authorities.
Maybe
what I should say is,
no. But I understand where you're coming from because I understand that. Now, when you want volunteers, and I know there are a lot of people that watch the show who's at home now that's not doing anything, they may be retired. So, what's the age? What is the span of age that you go through?
So if a person if they're under the age of 18, let's say they're 16 and 17, they have to have parental consent. They have to sign off on a form saying that they can be out doing outreach. We usually don't let anyone under the age of 18 or someone who's not done a point in time count before to go out in the encampments and in the woods. But we do want to train up our next future
You said in
volunteers.
the woods.
Because yes, there are people who are staying in the woods, so we have experienced, seasoned street outreach team members who go out into the encampments and to the woods, and they try to engage with our homeless that are there and get them surveyed and also help connect them to shelter, hopefully because of the cold and because outreach teams have been out.
Do you go get them out of the woods when it's cold? Or you tell them where to go?
Local law enforcement is going out. That's the great thing about it's Gambia County. With the Sheriff's Office and also PPD, who has their Community Resource Specialist team. They are going out and they're canvassing and trying to encourage our homeless to go into shelter and actually coordinating a way to help get them there. We even did it last night because we had someone that was in our area, and so we were late at the office last night hosting a point in time count training, and there was someone, out. And so our team engaged with them and we were like, we need you, we're gonna call and see if we can get you to a shelter, and we were able to get them placement. So
this is, okay, I say this because the more I learn, it is so much that you learn, and I don't want you to just hear this and not move on it, because I'm a strong believer, you never know what tomorrow holds. And I'm pretty sure these people that are there, that's going through these disparities, they don't choose to do this.
No, they don't.
This is something that happens that was a time in their lives that they're going through a difficult time. So I've always said this. There used to be a song. It said the only time that you should look down on a man is when you're reaching down to pick him up.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're going to talk about more when we come back with opening doors, and I want you to be a volunteer. I want you to be a part of this conversation because this is a need, because in a couple of days we're dropping back down in the 20s. We need to get some things taken care of. Stay with us right here as we continue to inform you on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Pensacola, Wagwan. Wagwan mean what's up in Jamaica. My name is Nash, CEO of Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. Once you see me, you already know this is where the flavor, the vibes, everything is at right here at 7999 Pensacola Boulevard. If you want oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken, and so much more, just come right here at Good Vibes. Just come on down and just come enjoy yourself. If you haven't been, you're missing out. And if you're coming, bring your friend, tag a friend,
You are invited to the 37th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, Monday, January the 19th, 11 o'clock a.m. in downtown Pensacola. This year's powerful theme is, with unity, we won't turn back. Register your group today. Entries are placed by the date your application is received, so don't wait. For registration forms, email the mlking2020@gmail.com or call 850-378-9242. Join us as we honor the life, the legacy, and the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. We're talking with Martika Baker from Opening Doors right here in Pensacola. And we're finding out things that people are dealing with that we need help with. And I believe in extending a helping hand to do whatever you can, because if you get 5 or 6, how many more you need? 20. We need 28 more volunteers. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. 28 more. If you go to the website, what's that website again?
openingdoorsinwfl.org.
There it is on the screen. Take a picture of it. If you're at home, take a picture of that. Go to that website and go ahead and register.
That's right.
And get ready so you can help. Because you think about this, you got to be able to go out and talk to these people who, let me ask you something, Martika. I see families with the children, the whole family. That happens a lot.
Yes.
Not a whole lot, but it happens.
It happens more than you think, where families have been 100, the whole family has been displaced. Even to the notion where dad may have to go to one shelter and mom and kids may have to go to another.
Oh, really? They split you?
Sometimes in certain communities. We do have one family shelter, which is Loaves and Fishes in our community. They do a very good job of trying to keep the family together. So does Overflow Health Alliance is another one that tries to keep the families together. So it really just depends on the way that the programs are structured, because there are some programs that are, they're not geared towards families. Their shelter is mostly like men, or just women, or they have a men's side and a women's side, because they try not to do co-ed at all. It just really depends on the shelter.
I mean, if you're a family.
It's pretty, well, when it's family, it's different. When it's a family facility.
Oh, I get it when you're not, if it's not co-ed, okay.
But when it's not co-ed, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness gracious.
So we have various shelters in our community with open space right now, so.
There are? Okay, we're going to talk about those shelters, but you asked me about some, what did you say, Stephen? I didn't. How many can take a pet in? Can the pets go in, or do you have to take the pets to another shelter?
How many shelters can take pets? So there are some shelters that allow service animals, but they don't allow pets, like just general pets.
Really? And a service animal has a thing he wears, wears.
Yes, that the companion animal wears.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Does a service animal bark?
They can.
I mean, but they don't usually get in the store.
They're working, and sometimes they're not working. So it depends on if they're working or they're not working.
Because this is a question. This is a question I just want to know. Because I've been in the supermarket and I've seen some, and boy, whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't think that's a service animal.
Well, we're not allowed to ask. We're not allowed to ask. What specific condition the animal is trying to alert for.
You just saw enough though.
We can usually the main thing is we can usually just ask, is it a service animal, and are there signs and symptoms we should watch out for?
Oh, really?
That's pretty.
And don't just order that band off of
we can't
Amazon.
ask for any type of certificate or anything else of that nature.
I just wondered, because I wondered that. But it was something else. That's just me, okay?
Okay.
But it's me. And I know Stephen loves animals, okay? And he loves them. Do your thing. I mean, but
Well, they do great work. They can recognize a lot of things that, humans.
No,
what I'm saying is service animals do great work in helping to protect their human. Even now, our people who are experiencing homelessness, they may have a service animal or just an emotional support animal, and a larger amount of the time they give them that companionship, that friendship that they're looking for, that they're missing when they don't have a lot of human contact, and they protect them whenever they're living out in the elements, and so they're like man's best friend. So even our people who are experiencing homeless crisis, they love their pets, which is even over the years we've started including pet food and little treats and biscuits for dogs. Even at our office we keep stocked dog food and cat food for the pets.
Really?
So,
You got a cat?
I used to. I don't have one now.
You got a puppy?
He passed away, so no dog, no cat, but lots of our staff do. So we're a pet-friendly team.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
She's smiling because I think she's reading my mind. Okay, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between emergency help and sustainable housing?
What's the difference between
Emergency help? Okay, do you see a lot of that? It's just an emergency. I got this right now, but
Yes, we do see a lot of people that come in with a crisis, and the crisis is, hey, they need shelter. They're
Today.
experiencing domestic violence. They need domestic violence shelter. Unaccompanied youth that is needing shelter for youth that are between the ages of 16 and 24, or parenting youth. So we see that emergency level where we try to meet that crisis.
Really?
Then we have people that come in for sustainable services who need, okay, my lights are about to get turned off in 3 days or less. I need your help. Or people who, I just received an eviction notice. Not like, hey, you haven't paid your rent and it's due, but hey, if I don't get funds turned into the courts here in the next 3 days, I'm 100% evicted. So we see a lot of that in our community.
can I ask you a crazy question? If I've missed it 3 months, if I see I'm headed to this, do you get people to go ahead and let's plan for this? I'm going through this crisis now, so I can go and talk to somebody before it get to the point where they say, okay, you're gonna get put out.
There are some people that do try, but the way that the programs are developed,
you can't get it.
Yes, you can't tap into it. You can't tap into it until you reach a certain threshold or time frame from the point that
Really?
the eviction will take place. Now, there are like mom and pop organizations, nonprofits that don't operate with any type of program rules and things of that nature, so they're able to just help
Right.
and keep those families whole.
Okay. Do you ever get, sometimes you have people, do you get people that just want to just take that system and just drain it and not trying? You understand what I'm saying? How do you depict them? Yeah, I got to have this. I need this right now.
Case management.
Okay.
Case management helps us sit down and problem solve with families, with the adults in the families as well, or the individuals. We talk through finances. We talk through savings. We talk through a game plan. Like, do you really need this assistance now, or is there something that we can change?
Okay.
In your situation and how you're doing things, that can
To
help
make
you
it more, okay.
to make you're able to pay your rent or your utilities. Sometimes it's okay, maybe they do need the short-term care. Maybe it's we pay a half and they pay half.
Okay, you got programs like that too.
We talk through that type of thing with the case care management to figure that out. And everybody's different. There are some people who just need 100%. Sometimes they need long-term care.
For 100%.
They need 100% of aid from organizations. So it's just different depending on a family or individual situation.
I have a friend that works with, and he often tells me about how, then I knew it was going to happen. I mean, that tells me about things that they deal with on the fact of placement and having kids have to be removed and put in different places. I think that he's a social worker. And I hear so many things that they have to deal with. And I think, what am I trying to ask you? If there's a child that needs some emergency care, how can a child who's going, if it's something that's going on in the family, how can they find you guys? How can what's the procedure for them to get the help?
So it's a little bit different with children.
Okay.
When children are in these types of crisis, first thing is, just because a family is homeless or experiencing or about to experience homelessness, doesn't mean that has met a threshold for, child services or child welfare services to come in. To do anything. Now they will talk with them and determine like what's going on with the family, determine, hey, do we need to put them on a safety plan? Do they need further care, things of that nature. That's a great thing in the state of Florida is they have something called Hope Florida. And Hope Florida does a lot of mediation in the between time to help connect the families to different services and different providers before it reaches crisis level. But when it does reach to a point to where child welfare services has to get involved, that's handled by a completely different system in our community. it's outside of the homeless network even. Like, it's handled a lot differently.
Wow.
It's a different system
It's just
of care.
so much, I think, that I've learned, and I'm learning from just reaching out, talking to so many different people with the crises and the things that are going on right here in our community that we were not aware of. You know, and that I think, and I say this often, I believe that we as a community, we put all of our resources together, there's nothing that we can't do.
That's right.
I strongly believe that we're going to take the focus off why and do what you can, because sometimes you don't know. I went, well, it takes me back years ago when I went downtown, right before you go across the bridge, the 3 Mile Bridge, that park over there. And we were there and went there because I'd had all this extra food where I was giving away for the kids. People came out of places I didn't even know were there. When I opened that truck and I put that table out, there were, I didn't know that people, these areas was there. If you understand what I'm saying, they poosh. And there was a gentleman said to me, he said, "Don't want you to take my picture because of what he gave me his story, right?" Oh, he was had a nice job, but circumstances, I'm not gonna put it out there, happened that he was homeless then.
Right.
And that's why I think that I never forget that, because you could see in his face the pain that he was feeling, and he had to come out of a spot that I didn't even know existed and got a hot dog because he was hungry. But, and that's why I say we don't ever know who it is that we're passing on the street.
Right.
We never know. And I commend you with the work that you do, because that's got to be, because I'm nothing but a bottle of water. I'd probably be just a crying. I mean, trying to do something to help everybody. But this is something I think as a community, what we need to do to come together to help. Love is a powerful word, but love is also an action word.
Yes, it is.
Okay, the reconstruction spot, okay. That's what we're going to this now for Black History. I want you to see this, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we're about to go. We're taking a break right now. And you know, this is Dr. King month. And with this, with his birthday coming up, what's the day of the month? Tomorrow.
Yes.
But the celebration is Monday. But we're going to be featuring Black History for the rest of the month and next month. And it's also being brought to you by AHW Barber Academy. The guys right there on Fairfield, they are good. They can get you into your career started in 8 months. And because when it comes to barbering, they are the best. They're the best in town.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they are right there. And it's a school. But AHW Barber Academy bringing to you today Black History right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Most of us know our country fought a civil war in the 1860s, but less is known about what came afterward, the chaotic, exhilarating, and ultimately devastating period known as Reconstruction. It was a moment of profound change, with promises of citizenship and equal rights for all. One of the greatest achievements of Reconstruction was granting Black men the right to vote. In 1867 alone, over 80% of all the Black men in the former Confederate states registered to vote. 3 years later, Hiram Revels was elected the first Black man to serve in the United States Senate, and Joseph Rainey became the first Black United States Congressman. Their election paved the way for more than 2,000 Black office holders who served at every level of government during Reconstruction.
There are not many moments in recorded human history where a group that was so subordinated would, within the space of a decade, actually be integrated into the highest echelons of political society.
But the momentum wouldn't last. Black men's access to the ballot box, along with other key rights gained during Reconstruction, were rolled back systematically throughout the South. In 1875, near the end of Reconstruction, the 44th Congress included 7 Black House members and a United States Senator. By 1900, only one remained, Congressman George Henry White of North Carolina.
By the time George H. White leaves office in 1901, he literally turns the light off on national Black political leadership. No one will come behind him for an entire generation.
One of the cruel ironies of Reconstruction is that black people could claim certain rights in the 1870s that they would have to fight to reclaim in the 1960s. A sobering reminder that achievements thought permanent can be overturned and rights can never be taken for granted.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. That was our Black History Fact for today. And I want to thank AHW Barber Academy, the guys there, for taking the time to be a part of this. They're going to be in the parade with us on Monday as well. So make sure, get ready and listen every day for those great facts that you probably didn't know that's going to be shared with you right here on Sunshine's Corner. And I want to say to my girl Martika, from coming over there from opening doors right here in Pensacola, all the work that you're doing. Let's go back and talk about the fact that you're going to start this. You need people. We need 28 volunteers, number one. We want people to get into classes called the pick count that you're going to be doing, that we need people to help to do with that, where you go out, talk to people to find out what they are in need of. And I mean, do you have a certain area where they are mostly in the woods? I don't mean that in the
Actually, not really.
They're just everywhere.
They're just our people are experiencing homelessness. They are everywhere, and our friends are at the different shelters. They're at different transitional housing programs. They're moving from place to place. They're nomadic a lot of the time, and the reason is they can't stay still and can't stay in one place. And I always say this: they all have a job too, whether people know it or not.
Who?
The people who are experiencing homelessness, our homeless friends, they have a job too. Their job is making sure that they go get their IDs, their birth certificates, social security cards. They're trying to get their food. They're trying to make sure that they have warm clothes. So although they're experiencing homelessness, they're on the move too. And so they get a little anxious if they come to an office and they get a sack lunch, they're like, okay, can you like make haste a little bit for me, because I need you to get that sack lunch so I can go and try to go to a place to get my ID made. And so they are on the move themselves.
Really?
So a lot of the times, sometimes when people engage with someone that's experiencing homelessness and they seem very anxious or very short with you or aggressive, it's not because that's just how they are. It's really just they're thinking in their mind, I have something I need to do. I'm pressed to make sure that I get this done, because it's pretty much us taking such a long time can be a barrier for them to get to the next thing that they need.
Really? Okay, when you get these things, are they receptive to have what you offer them? Do you have any, what can I say?
Not all the time, but some people are.
Okay,
I won't say 100% of the time.
Right.
Because some people aren't ready.
Success stories.
There are a lot of success stories, in my opinion.
Okay. That have brought them from one point to another to get back to a stable.
So yeah, we've had people who've experienced all types of crises from different walks of life, who have gone from the streets to shelters to transitional housing, and then graduated out of transitional housing program into permanent housing. We've had that experience just happen like a day or two ago.
Really?
So yeah. So a lot of people are being able to be successful and work through programs and reach a point in their case management.
But they don't need that.
Say, I don't think I need shelter anymore. I don't think I need transitional housing anymore. I think I'm ready. I have my savings. I have my vehicle. I'm being able to stay consistent on my medications or whatever have you, and they're able to move into stable housing.
Do you think sometimes with when you said medication, things that people with illnesses that causes these things?
Sometimes it's as simple as diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes. There's a lot of ailments that people experience whenever they're on the streets. It doesn't always have to just be mental health. Sometimes it's physical ailments.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, really? That is, are you learning today as well as I? I mean, because you think about the things, because I know, I just cannot believe that nobody wants to be there. It's the fact that they want to get the help so they don't have to be there, to get to where they can be more self-sufficient.
Let me tell you this. When we do this point in time count, we ask every year, would you like case management? Would you like someone to reconnect with you for case management? I would say 70 to 80% of every person that we serve is like, yes, here's my contact information. I need a case manager. I want a case manager. I want someone to help me through this.
Wow.
When we do gaps analysis and we ask those types of questions, the number one assistance need that a lot of people will ask for is housing, employment, and then a caseworker. Or a peer support. So they're looking for, yes, they understand they need housing, they understand that they need income, but then our homeless friends also understand that they need a support system to help someone to walk alongside them, to be their first mate, to help them to move through and reach the end, reach their end goal, whatever that is for themselves.
Okay. Now, when you get this information with the pick, when you go out to get the pick count, what's the first step, what you do with it when you get it?
When we get the point in time count.
I mean, is it a sheet or something you fill out that?
Yeah, so we have this survey. This survey is in different forms. It's electronic. We have a data system that we utilize to get some of our point in time count data, and then we have paper surveys. And we basically decide to survey based on where the person that we're engaging with, how comfortable they are. Because sometimes a person will see you pull up a tablet and trying to enter their information in there, and they're very fearful of their information going into a phone or into a tablet.
What do they think will happen?
They think that we're going to share like 100% of everything that they've given us with like the federal government or with the authorities or like law enforcement or things of the nature. But that's not true. We can't do that legally.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If I'm out there and I need to get this information to help you, why should I be fearful of giving you the information? What do they have in their head that's going to do to harm them?
A large amount of the time, it's just wanting the freedom of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Okay. I really think that's really what it boils down to. It's just having that freedom to know how your information is being used. And that's just a part of HIPAA, right? Knowing how is your information, being used. And a large amount of the time, 100% of the time actually, we can't give, clear, true
of course.
information to someone, to anyone outside of this event. We have to do a counts report. So what we send is what's called an aggregate report or de-identified report. And so it's basically just sharing, age groups. How many people fit into a certain age bracket? How many people how many males, how many females, how many people were surveyed in Santa Rosa County, how many people were surveyed in Escambia County. So it's just aggregated, de-identified counts reports that we submit. Okay. No one's information ever leaves outside of the system.
You do this walk every year, right? I mean, there's pick count.
Every year, we do it every year.
What's the difference from year to year?
The trends in what we see. What these reports allow us to do is to see a snapshot of homelessness within the last 10 nights of January on one single night. It doesn't tell us an annual number of the true number of people that we have experiencing homelessness over the year in our community. So that's something that people need to understand. This is just a small randomized survey. Right, and so it just helps us glean what the possible trends are within our community. So are we having a lot of people experiencing chronic homelessness where they're homeless for 12 months with no breaks in homelessness, where they've ever gone into a rental? Are we seeing a lot of homeless seniors? Are we seeing a lot of homeless senior men and women? Are we seeing a lot of homeless families with children? Are we seeing a lot of homeless unaccompanied youth that are, homeless children or homeless parents that are under the age of 24 with children that are 1 and 2 years old? So we're looking at the data to understand subpopulations. We're looking to see, what conditions are being more prevalent. So are we having people who are experiencing chronic health conditions, uncontrolled chronic health conditions? Do we need to create a program for that? So it helps us to hone in on the types of programs that we need to develop and the types of services that we need to try to
I think the question I'm asking, maybe I didn't ask that right. What I'm trying to say, do you see a duplicate? Okay, last year we came here, I got the same people. Last year we went over here, I got the same people. So are they, I mean, with this pick that you're going out every year and you're doing, and you're going back mainly, do you know where they are?
There's a percentage of people that we see from year to year. Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And then there are a percentage of people that are 100% brand new to the community.
Okay.
Because we survey for that as well. We look and see, hey, is this individual new to our community and they arrived within the last 90 days? So we ask that question to see, like, are you new to the community? Do you plan to stay here? Because we have programs in our community that help to reunite people who may have become homeless here because of they came down here on a trip and accidentally got left, or they came down here looking for a job and the job fell through, and so now they're 100% homeless because they have no friends or family here. So we have a program in the community that helps them to reunify them with family or friends, or return them back to the community that they came from so that they can go back to an area where they have connections.
Unbelievable. Now with Open Doors, with these, do you all develop these programs, or do you partner with other people to develop the programs that's needed for the people that you're going out there to surveying?
So we're not the only entity or the only agency in the community that is developing programs. We do all work together on something that's called a strategic plan. So the great thing about how our community works is we have what's called a leadership council. This leadership council is full of different community partners, usually the highest level staff at these different organizations. It's made up of 23 to 28 people, and they represent different industries in our community: local business leaders, local government, homeless service providers, veteran service providers, domestic violence service providers, school districts. All of these people have a voice, and they're all have developed a strategic plan to basically say, what do we need in our community to help to address homelessness and reduce homelessness? And once we place people in housing, how do we keep them housed?
Okay.
Right.
And what's the fact that I hear that because I think his name is Michael, Mike, that does the feeding.
Okay.
I had him on too. He was telling me the what he deals with, some of the things that you do too. But I think, do you think with this, we've talked homelessness for so long, and there's so many things that happen on a daily basis. Do you ever foresee, prayerfully, okay, I want you to think about this, and we go to break and then I come back, maybe we'll answer this one, okay? What can we do to try to stop it? That's a huge, because we've been hearing this, we talk about this, we know this. I want to hear from you as well. What do you think we can do to stop it? Can we end it? Is there an end point to homelessness? Is there an end point to that? We're going to go take a break and come back with more. Again, I want to say thank you to AHW Barber Academy for being a part of this show for Black History and Dr. King's Parade right here, Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
We are talking with Marika, and I tell you, Martika. What did I call you, Marika?
It's okay.
Who is Marika? I don't know, Martika. I'm gonna call you Marika Baker. This is Martika, okay, Baker, and she's with Opening Doors right here in Florida, and she does great work with the homeless, and we're trying to get people. We need 28 volunteers. Somebody's gonna call us from your office and say, "Oh no, we got them all. They saw the website and they're already registered." And if you don't know how to website, call them.
Call us, 850-439-3009.
That's right. Call and say, look, I heard there's a website on the screen. If you cannot do that, go right ahead and call and get that. Be a volunteer. We need 28. And that's just a few people for what all you're going to do, because between the 27th and the 31st.
That's correct.
You're going to be out there going out to these communities, getting all this information that's needed so you can help the people who are going through crisis. And when I think about, when I see, and 9 times out of 10 where I see them is right there at the entrance of Walmart. I always see a family. I haven't seen one lately, but that's where I've seen it. And when I see the kids, I think it's the kids that bother me the most because they're tiny kids. And it hits me on the inside. Because I don't know if anybody, I thank God I've never been homeless, but I've had hard times. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm grateful to the fact that I was brought through, if you understand what I'm saying. But when I see these people on the outside that are dealing with things, it is, and it's so hard. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go back to what I said I was going to ask you at the break. What did I say? You ready to answer that question?
I think so.
Okay, she was thinking about it. She said, don't let her go back to it. Okay, come on back to it.
So what I think is this, is that will we ever truly 100% end homelessness? I think that we have made a lot of efforts to end homelessness in all communities across the nation. There's just not enough funding to meet the supply and demand right now, right? So then what do we do at the local levels? What do we do individually as human beings, seeing another man, another woman, another child that's in need? Families. So I don't want to answer the question of whether I think it will 100% end, but what I will say is I would like to be a part, and I would like you to be a part, and anyone that's on today's show watching, to be a part and see how you can, one, help someone else with the little that you can. Maybe it's donating a can of food to a cause. Maybe it's, volunteering some of your time, and not just for events such as Point in Time Count. There's so many different events in our community, and there's soup kitchens, day resource centers, there's nonprofits in our community that have homeless service programs that need trusted volunteers who are just wanting to give their time to serve, to just be a peer support for someone or a mentor to a single mom or a single father. You've made it far in life. Maybe you can impart some wisdom to someone else to help build them up and develop into, self-sufficient individuals who are giving back to their communities, and they're excited about their lives,
Most
right?
certainly.
So that would be what I would encourage anyone to do in this world.
I agree. I mean, not just for people, and I'll say this, don't just, when you're out there, don't just look at the people that look like you. Look at all of them. Because they're experiencing the same thing. Let's be that connection that's going to help. Don't forget, now we need 28 more volunteers. You can call, that number is
850-439-3009. 439-3009.
She's got it, 439?
3009.
She got it, right there you go. Or there's the website that's on the screen. I tell you, Martika, it has been, I love knowledge. Knowledge is power. And I say this every single day, knowledge is power. We gotta learn to use it. Don't just hear it. Don't just hear about it, be about it. You know, and with what you do, I can tell there's a passion at what you do and how you handle all of this. Because every question, I don't care which way I went, you came back fired up with it. It's right, no, it's like this. But now that's an action of love. Love is an action word. Yeah. You show me that you love me. Because you can tell me you love me all the time and then want to smack me upside the head, but you say you love me. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
And yes. I just love that of you, what you do. And I thank you so much for reaching out, and we're going to continue this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, look, please be those volunteers that are needed. 28, so you can be a part of this collection of information to help those that are really in need of your help today. And let that be something that you plan every day. For those who are retired, who are sitting at home and say you're bored, get on board. Go out and do something every day. Plan that, volunteer at all of these places that are needed. And you will see that you have so much that you can share in this community to cause this community to move to another level, to become better than we were before. I agree with that. And thank you, Martika.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you for all the fine folks over there at opening doors. Good morning. And thank you very much. And look, this show, tell everybody that they can come back if you missed it today. You can watch it this afternoon at 6 o'clock. And we have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe, so that you'll be able to know, ting, when you can go back and see a new episode. Thank you, Martika.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to get out of here. It's been a fantastic day, and it's all about becoming more knowledgeable. Now, once we get this knowledge, I want you to be able to go out and share it and do something about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Leaving you as I do every single day, my friends, because I believe this from my heart. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in everything that you do, I believe that you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow, for another day of sunshine and a whole lot of information, I want you to know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Volunteer. Bye for now.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.